afternoon, and welcome to Alongside Lauren. I am Lauren, and I hope that you are taking a few moments on this Sunday afternoon to get everything ready for your week so that you can have a nice, calm, low stress week. I am super excited because we are making one of my all-time favorite dishes, a Sri Lankan red beef curry for this week. It is going to be so delicious. So, we have spent this afternoon dry roasting the spices and preparing the spice mix, which is going to go into the curry. So, the house has just been smelling unbelievable, and I'm so excited to get prepping with this one. So, there are a few steps involved with this, so we're going to get right to it. But before we get cracking on the curry, I'm going to get cracking on the bits and pieces that we're going to serve with the curry. So, Heath, my sous chef and husband, recently returned from an overseas trip, and we brought back wonderful memories, wonderful souvenirs, and a couple of extra kilograms. So we have been focusing on doing things a little bit lighter over the last few weeks. So rather than serving this with, like a naan or a roti or a full, delicious, fluffy white jasmine rice, we are going to be doing a half and half mix of some broccoli rice because we got given a broccoli in our most recent veggie box and cauliflower wasn't on sale, and brown rice because that's what I have in the pantry. So, first of all, I'm going to prep the broccoli rice,
Broccoli rice?
rice.
Sure, why not?
Speaking of sous chef, this is my
Hello.
sous chef and husband Heath.
Good to be here.
I have already got some broccoli that I have prepped. So we had quite a large head of broccoli, which I've kind of just chopped into florets. But the other thing that I have done is it was a really big broccoli stem, and the stem of broccoli is something that just gets thrown away, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not like rhubarbs. No, rhubarb leaves. Rhubarb leaves, that's a bit that's poisonous. It's not like
Yes.
rhubarb leaves, so it's not poisonous or anything like that. But the edgy bits of the broccoli stem can be quite woody and a bit tough and stringy. So I have chopped those bits off, and
Excellent.
that is the sort of center
The
heart
clean
of the
center heart.
broccoli stem, which is fascinating, isn't it?
It almost looks like,
Like
a
a
slice of potato.
yeah, totally.
Hmm.
So that's going to be perfect. So
Good stuff.
I'm going to just blitz these in the Thermomix to a rice-like consistency.
Okay, so that is going to be a little bit loud because it always is when we blitz things in the Thermomix.
But that's all right. I think we'll be tough.
Is there anything you need me to grab and carry over?
I will just
Do it in batches.
It in batches
Good idea.
because we want to make sure that it.
All right, this is going to be a bit loud.
But not for long.
There you go. All right, so hopefully you can hear over us there. I am going to do what is most important.
Yes.
I'm going to find some wine.
Excellent.
Yes. It is job number one for me.
So that's a really good consistency, I reckon.
Okay.
So it's... Oh, sorry, darling.
Let me see if I can... What do we got there?
So it's... See how it's like it's fairly...
Yeah, it's still quite large pieces.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not completely pulverized.
All right, cool.
So everyone sort of has, I guess,
their favorite
different
way of
preferences
having a
and-
cauliflower or
and what
broccoli
have you.
rice.
But that in Casablanca, that is how we enjoy it.
All right, I got one glass out. That's not enough. That is not enough.
I'll do the rest. So I reckon 2 seconds on speed 5 seem to do the trick.
That's doing the job. Well, 3 seconds of pouring is sort of doing the trick. Although, oh no.
That's all right.
All right, we're a bit light on with this one. We've had family over today, so we've already had, well, actually, we had a little bit of wine today. Yes. Oh, here, no, this is a big one. This is yours. Here we are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm.
Mm.
So this is an interesting one. This is
Yeah,
a Chenin Blanc. Chenin. I hadn't heard of a Chenin Blanc before, so it's pretty good. It's from Margaret River. Mm.
I'd love to go to Margaret River.
Yeah, me too. Me
So that's
too.
the broccoli component of the
Great.
rice, which is great. So my theory is that we'll cook the rice after we've done the curry, but we'll just sort of get the curry bit happening.
Great.
So, did you want to get on with chopping up the beef? So one
Yeah.
thing that we will often do if we're making a dish, like a curry or something like that, is that a general rule of thumb is that you will always pay for convenience. So that
Yes.
includes things like buying already cut up beef for like a curry or a stew or something like that. So what Heath and I will do to sort of
Save a few bucks.
maximize our spending when it comes to meat, so we can kind of get the best quality that
Yeah.
we
Maximize or minimize our spending.
Oh, sorry.
Maximize our
Accentuating the positive.
maximizing the value.
Yes. So we will often buy like a whole piece of meat like this. So I think, is that a topside roast?
Yes, that's a topside roast.
So we've got
it's about just over a kilo, 1.2 kilos.
1.2 kilos worth. Lovely. Because that was about, oh gosh, $5 or $6 a kilo cheaper than what it would have been for us to have bought a similar cut, possibly not even as good a quality.
Yep.
Already sliced into the cubes. And it's not, we've got reasonable knives and what have you here. So
well, yeah, we'll see how we go with this. I haven't started cutting it yet, so but at the moment, what sort of cubes do you think we should cut into for this curry? 1 inch?
Yeah, 1 inch.
Roughly? Yep.
I quilt, so that means that
talking in inches
makes sense
yes.
for me with stuff like that, which is ridiculous.
It does.
So we've already made a spice mix, but we are
now with the spice mix that we made.
Yeah.
Let me show everybody what we got up to. You'll have to explain what has been going on of late.
So one of the things with a curry, particularly something where you've got these strong aromatics, is that the key to getting a really good depth of flavor is dry roasting the spices and really taking your time with that process. So do
you dry roast in? Well, I know the answer to this, but I'm asking for everybody else.
This is a Dorothy Dixer. Yes.
Do you dry roast in an oven, or do most people dry roast in an oven, or how do they go about it?
Or you could do it in a pan, like sort of a pot on your stove top.
Yep.
But because as I guess inherent in the term dry is that you're not using oil or anything like that. So you're really just sort of applying heat to get those oils within the spices themselves to release those aromatics. And so you get that additional depth of flavor.
So we've been enjoying that smell as our dry roasting's been going on, but we use the Thermomix to do that. It's a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. It's sort of blends at the same time, so you don't have to stir it or anything like that. It's quite simple. And the house has been smelling
the house
incredible.
Smells spectacular.
So, yes. Yeah, it's been smelling really, really good. So this is what we've been up to.
So that's the recipe just called coriander and cumin. Which is a great base there. And fennel seeds. We don't love fennel, so we put in just enough to flavour it. But definitely not as much as is called for in the recipe. And cardamom pods. So the 10 cardamom pods I count out slowly. And cloves, along with curry leaves, which you might not have come across before you, but you can just get them from Asian supermarkets and grocers, which is fantastic. And then the whole thing, you add in some cinnamon and then dry roasted it in the Thermomix for 15 minutes.
So that's the roasting process, and then
That's
we
it.
pull it out. This is prior to it getting blended. And then you give it a blitz.
And we give it a good blend.
Voila.
And it smells amazing. And then you get an old mustard jar that you have washed out, and then you use a funnel, and the stuff gets stuck in the funnel. But it's okay.
No. You mastered it if you take it in accordance with the editing that I did.
Yes. Oh, excellent. It was definitely not a hassle.
So there we
Everything was fine.
That is the spice mix all done. That's how we got to that point, which is pretty cool. So I'm just cutting up this meat into these cubes.
So we've got
what have you got going
cinnamon
on?
And fenugreek.
Fenugreek.
And adding in cloves.
Does fenugreek have a slight fennel flavor? Is that why the fenno?
I don't know. I don't think it has a...
Okay.
6.
What does it taste like?
10. I just need to count to 12.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, focus on that. Definitely.
Fenugreek tastes... This is going to be completely useless. It tastes like fenugreek.
Thank you.
Yes.
But what does fenugreek
taste like? I really don't know. I think it does have a sort of... I guess a similar...
Is there something I can smell? Did you put any in there?
Is
it those seeds?
Done it. Yeah, those seeds.
Okay. I have no idea how to explain that.
Yeah,
it is a very curry-y smell.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with curry-y.
I think that checks out. And peppercorns. And now this is going to... Is this going to get loud?
Almost certainly. Who knows?
Oh, no. All right. So we're doing a second dry roast with some different spices, which is going to go for 2 minutes.
Oh, cool.
So the first time I attempted this recipe, I cooked it on a weeknight.
And it was a bit hefty.
Oh, yeah.
A bit too many steps for a weeknight dinner.
So I think I was cooking it for dinner for the next night, but it was one of those things where it was like, 10 o'clock. And it was still sort of going. I've got some slightly terrifying ginger.
Whoa.
Yep. Yeah, I did say slightly terrifying.
It does look like it wants to take over the world.
It does. So I think for everyone's sake, the best thing for me to do is to use it in this recipe.
Chop it up.
So sorry, sweetheart. I'm just gonna dig into the quite hot dishwasher. Grab out some chopping implements.
Ooh. Lots of really good smells coming out at the moment.
So good. So, because I'm fairly sure there's ginger, she says. Or she double checks the recipe. So it is incredibly hot where we are in Southeast Queensland today. So I'm very grateful to not have to be standing over a hot stove or anything like that, and having the opportunity to have a device which is doing the majority of that for me. So.
And today it was all about salads for lunch and just keeping things light and not too heavy and not too...
What, are you doing an ad for Just Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Not too heavy.
Not too light. It's just
I don't even know if they do those anymore.
I don't think
it's probably terribly dating myself.
But they do make Just Right.
I
can confirm that.
I like Just Right.
Yeah.
It's always like if we go to a hotel or something like that, this is going to get loud.
Oh, and there's a little, like the dispenser.
Oh, yeah. That's always my go-to.
Yo, sorry everyone. That is a loud one as we
blitz
that up.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a perfectly normal rate.
Very, very sorry.
Yes.
All right.
Don't worry, everything's fine. It's not loud. It's not going for 30 seconds either.
Yeah. Look, we've said it in the past, but haven't said it for quite some time now. This is a live stream, so it's unedited. Apart from the section that I pre-record and edit if I do that, but it's unedited, so it just is what it is. It's us cooking in the kitchen, just doing life.
The bit
so sometimes that's loud.
Yeah, it would seem. The bit that I'm mildly frustrated with myself about is that I was like, I'll do the loud bit beforehand. Because I had completely forgotten about the fact that
there was a
like
double spice.
There's layer upon layer upon layer of spice. So,
okie dokie.
Adding in garlic.
Great. Well, I have got a heap of chopped up beef.
Oh, that's awesome.
At the ready. All right, you're busting up some garlic.
I
cool.
am.
Very nice.
Busting up the garlic. Did I see? Was there a comment there from? Sorry, was there a comment there from Ainsley, or did I imagine that? I might have imagined it.
If there is, it's not coming through at the moment, unfortunately.
But thanks for bringing attention to it, Lauren. I wish you could smell how good this all smells in here right now. It's amazing. Which is good because so the way that Heath and I will sort of prepare our meals is that we just to take pressure off meal prep during the week, we will quite happily eat the same thing for dinner Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it does add a certain amount of additional pressure to me to make sure that whatever it is that I'm preparing for the week is really good.
It's pretty good because we're going to eat it over and over and over again.
Eat it for like 4 meals. So if it's a little bit lackluster, which, has happened, and so sometimes we'll kind of just need to mix things up a little bit or add something to a recipe to try and make it a bit more interesting. But yeah.
Sometimes the meat isn't quite as tender as we'd like, and so we chop it up and put it into a shepherd's pie.
Actually, is that what you are sort of thinking that we might?
I think it's a great idea to do that. We cooked a brisket. It was a yearling, so it was a young animal, and as a result, it didn't have a lot of fat on it, and so it ended up a bit tougher than we would have liked. So we're thinking the best way to overcome that is to cut it all up into small bits and put it into a shepherd's pie.
We'll pop the rest of the brisket into the freezer. And then that will become shepherd's pie in a couple of weeks. It's just like we have enjoyed it, and it was like perfectly fine, perfectly edible, but just it could have been better. But that's all right. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you have slightly disappointing brisket.
Yeah. No big deal.
No, and it was a pretty good price. If I'd paid like some silly amount for it.
Oh yeah, then you'd be a bit more disappointed, right?
Yeah. But I think it was it what, 15 a kilo? So really not too bad. Fortunately, I think I only need like 20 grams of ginger. So can I do it? Hooray! 22. Excellent. Well, did you want to sort out the brisket while I work on this, or what tickles your fancy to to get cracking on?
I can chop up brisket for a while, for sure, if you like. Happy to
So I was
do that.
thinking maybe we just do it in a couple of sort of amounts.
Sure. Yep. So, and portion it into some.
Sorry. I'd forgotten that this is such a blitzy.
This ended up being quite a loud episode of the Thermomix at its
very blitzy
loudest.
episode. Oh, wow.
So, yes, here is our brisket. Mmm.
Oh, it tasted fine.
It tasted delicious. No, don't get me wrong. That wasn't a sarcastic or anything like that. It was delicious. It was just a little bit too dry. So, finding ways.
All right, so we'll add in our spice blend that we had blended earlier. Asked for 2 teaspoons, but I'm going to just put in.
Just chuck in a bit more.
A bit more. And here's the rest of our spice mix.
Can I claim the
chopping board?
Chopping board?
Yeah, that should be fine.
You sure?
I'll grab a smaller one.
You can use a smaller one later?
Yeah.
Yep, great. All right. Now, what I will say is from this brisket that we cooked yesterday, the bark on it is
it was
excellent.
Great. It was amazing bark. So the bark is like the crunchy bits on the outside of the brisket.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's kind of like beef jerky? No, much crunchier. It's excellent. Absolutely excellent.
So adding in some curry leaves again. And oil. So good. We'll just let that cook away for a few minutes.
So, what else have we got to get through? Just some vegetables? I can see some onion there.
Yeah, so we got onion, tin tomatoes, and that's right. The recipe calls for vinegar, which we will not use.
Right.
Heath does not love vinegar.
Oh, I just find it a little bit too strong sometimes.
So where we can avoid using it, or use replacements like
lemon juice.
Lemon juice, which is what we'll use in this instance. Then that's kind of what we'll go with.
Excellent.
I've also got half a capsicum that I think I'll pop in.
Sure.
And
why not?
I've also got, we bought a bag of spinach on Friday. And when I went to use it yesterday, it was already like a bit manky down the bottom. Like not bad, like gross.
Like the green had turned dark green?
Yeah.
Like it had turned soft?
So it's still edible, but it just won't, like, not salad edible, I guess, if that makes any sense. So I was thinking about, I just got to...
Oh, I know.
Oh, so
I know.
good.
It smells amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing.
Anyway, so I popped the bag of spinach in the freezer, and this is like my lazy tip. So I'm going to add this bag of spinach into the curry. I'll do it right at the very end because if I put it in too early, it'll lose its vibrancy and it'll just make it look like a bit khaki green.
Right.
So if you have done something like that and if you've got a bag of spinach that you put in the freezer, obviously once you've frozen it, like you're not going to put that in salad, but you can put it in cooked dishes. So my tip is while the bag is still frozen, instead of like cutting it up, you can just
freeze it and then crunch
it. And then crunch
it.
Oh,
wow. Nice. How cool is that? Obviously, it's very loud for you guys, but this is a loud episode, so...
It would seem. So I'm just going to get it all over and done with today.
Yes.
And that is like...
ready to go.
Ready to go.
Nice.
Into the curry. Oh!
Or not.
No, I had put in a bottle of Waterfords for us.
Oh, nice.
However.
It's a little close to the edge.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
So we'll add in... Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
It does smell amazing. I'm just going to nibble a bit of this.
I sincerely hope that it's a brisket that you're nibbling.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm sure I pulled out a tin of tomatoes. What did I... Can you see
right there?
it? Oh, in front of... there we go. Honestly, Lauren.
All right, I'm going to bag up some of this.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'm going to put in the chopped tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm here, because we are going off book a little bit, so I'll pop in the half a capsicum.
Nice.
Putting a wee bit of water into the tomato tin. Get out every ounce of flavour. And now we are popping the beef in.
Oh, great.
That has been cut. We are putting the beef in that has been cut. And you pop.
Oi, there we go.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, so heap of beef going in. Great.
And some coconut cream.
Okay. Delicious.
So this does seem like quite a heavy curry, but keeping in mind that this is going to serve Heath and I for 4 dinners. So
8 meals.
8 meals.
Yep. Not opening the way you'd like?
No, I just can't.
Can't get a grip on it?
There we go.
You got it.
Yeah, you just need to get it to do that initial start.
All right.
And goes the coconut cream and just
Great.
a wee bit
What else have we got to go in?
of water.
Right.
Some salt. So because the recipe has called for salt, but we will use our
classic and favorite veggie stock.
Veggie stock concentrate. because it's such a good way to boost flavor whilst also
using up your
that salt
vegetables.
season. Oh yeah, and it uses up the veg.
But it's such a better alternative to salt. Well, it's just as salty.
Oh yeah. When he says better, he does not mean healthier.
I don't mean healthier.
Like lower sodium.
No, not at all. I just mean way tastier. It's a great flavor enhancer.
And adding in the lemon juice in place of our vinegar. So this does sort of, change the flavor profile a little bit, but there's no point making it if Heath is not going to enjoy it.
This is all true things. But no, mostly it's very hard for you to make something that I don't enjoy.
No.
You're pretty good at what you do there.
Thank you, darling.
So yeah, that's looking like an interesting combination right now.
So pop the simmering basket on top.
Oh, okay.
And just let it get cook-a-looking.
And that's going to cook.
Yeah.
Was there much else that you wanted to tackle?
No, I think we will just get on to doing our... Is there no onion? Really?
Oh.
I'm just double checking to make sure I haven't missed it.
Yeah, that'd be a shame if you had missed the onion.
There was meant to be onion.
There was?
Yeah.
And you never found it?
That's all right. We'll sort that out.
Just get it in there. Just sneak some in. Again, live show, live findings.
It has been a little while since I've made this recipe.
I do wonder if...
I might have just skipped it.
Is there any... Yeah. It's a bit of a puzzle.
I did think it was odd that it didn't sort of go in with the garlic and ginger.
Yep.
But
yeah, maybe you just missed it. No big deal.
Not the end of the world.
Nope. At least you picked up on it now.
This is true. And even if I hadn't,
yeah,
it's still fine.
It'll still be.
If I'd forgotten like onion and French onion soup or something like that, that would be
sure.
You would just, I don't know, you'd get French.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, that bark sounds amazing.
It's some of it's pretty intense, so we will see how it goes. Could be a bit of fun trying to munch on it.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
This piece here, though, I'm hesitant to do anything with but eat right now.
Okay.
You know, like it's pretty. You want that? It's pretty amazing.
That's so good.
Yeah. Yum.
So good.
Yep. Yeah, very tasty. Oh, I've overdone it on that bag.
All right. I'm just going to add this in.
Sneak that onion in. And with that done, I hope it all fits.
It'll be fine.
It's just sort of wiggling around at the moment. It's going great. You got this, hon.
Get in there.
You got this.
Definitely did not forget the onion.
Yep, definitely not.
Whoops.
All right.
Alright, so once I've got the onion in, the only other things that we'll sort of need to do until the curry is done, so we can do the rice then, will be like cutting up bread, and at some point in time we'll do coleslaw. But
yep,
like that's the
we're pretty much done there.
Pretty much there.
Nice work. A little cheers.
Cheers.
Another successful cook. Thanks for joining us.
Have an amazing week, and we look forward to doing it all again next Sunday on Alongside Lauren.